Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla. Tesla has finally revealed the new refreshed Model 3 performance, and the first reviews is looking very good. And according to Jason from Haggerty, it renders the BMW M3 completely and totally irrelevant.
This renders the M3 completely and totally irrelevant.
Oh yes, the best sedan in the world, according to Sandy Monroe, just got even better. This is getting ludicrous. So let's check it all out and let's dive right in. So it finally arrived, and just as the reviews of the refreshed Model 3 rear-wheel drive and long range was super positive, it comes as no surprise that the new performance version is also being called the new benchmark. And once again, the price of this beast just make it even a bigger test slap in the face of legacy automakers, as Jason from Haggerty also said in the podcast about the car.
But there's no longer a discussion. Like, the everyday enthusiast car has been defined by the Tesla Model 3 performance. Like, I don't know. It's very upsetting. Like, there is no alternative. This renders the M3 completely and totally irrelevant. I don't see why you would choose, unless you had a commute that was more than 300 or 400 miles a day.
Yes, this car is killing ICE sports sedan faster than it can accelerate, and that's fast. So, like Jason is saying, why would anyone really buy the BMW M3 anymore? Especially when we come back to that price, because I actually thought the Tesla Model 3 would be a little bit expensive because of all the new technology that Tesla has been working on and putting into this car, with always adapting air suspension, new seats that Jason also said was just the perfect balance between support and comfort, and the new front and rear fascia, rear diffuser and carbon fiber spoiler, and new track mode version 3, and all the other goodies that are in this performance car. But in the US, it will cost $53,000. Now that is insane. Here in my country, the car costs less than what I paid for my Tesla Model 3 long range in 2019. This is insanely good value for money for a performance car. A comparison in specs with the BMW i4 M50, so the performance version of the i4, BMW's electric vehicle here, would cost the equivalent of $26,000 more than this in my country, and looks to be close to that in the US as well. Who would buy that EV now over the Tesla Model 3 performance that beats the i4 on every single spec really, including safety and safety assist feature, ventilated sports seats and screen in the back and so on, and the new refreshed Model 3 performance costs less than the cheapest and worst version of the BMW i4 in my country. Tesla just killed that car completely, and BMW definitely has to lower their prices to stay competitive. This is just stupid. You want less but pay more? You should get the i4. And on top of that, Tesla once again is leading the board in maintenance and repair cost. So to the people that still believe you have to replace your battery after 6 years, well, here are the facts for you. Tesla's average maintenance cost over a 10-year period is $4,035, and that is the best in the industry. Or we can look at the premium brand and see the relative maintenance cost as a percentage of the original purchase price, and Tesla is also the lowest, and BMW is actually the most expensive. So the value of the Tesla Model 3 Performance is just miles better than anything really that BMW has to offer. So yes, this car will be a huge competitor in the EV race now. As Jason said, it's just perfect. And like I talked about with the normal refresh Model 3, this will hurt the legacy automakers and their ICE sales because the price is now so compelling that anything that is just slightly comparable with this car in terms of specs and features costs so much more on the sticker price. And then comes true cost of ownership on top of that, as I just mentioned. Like the performance is just unmatched for that price. Take something like the Audi's performance beast, the performance car, like the R8 GT Quattro, that does the same 0 to 60 as the Tesla Model 3. But to get that top of the line of the R8, you will get set back about $250,000, so about 5 times as expensive, and then you only have room for 2 persons and your handbags. I know, I tried it in Dubai and I was not impressed. But let's take something more comparable to the Model 3. Let's take the BMW M3, for example. That was the benchmark before the Model 3 Performance came along. But here is a post by Sawyer that compares the new Tesla Model 3 Performance with the BMW M3 Competition X-Drive. So the starting price of the BMW M3 is $84,300, $76,000 for the base rear-wheel drive version of the M3. And remember, this is an ICE car. I know I am biased and everything, but I can't imagine myself paying that much for an ICE car. It feels to me like someone wants to sell me a Nokia 3310 for $1,000. Not gonna happen. But the Model 3 Performance cost, as I said, $53,000, but including the federal EV tax credit, only a little over $45,000. That is almost half the price. Who, in their rightful mind, would buy that polluting, noisy horse carriage at that point? Their 0 to 60 time, well, the BMW M3 Performance here does it in 3.4 seconds, and the Model 3 Performance does it in 2.9 seconds. And the weight of the BMW M3 is 3,990 pounds, and the Model 3 Performance is 4,034 pounds. So the electric car weighs less than 50 pounds more than the ICE car. Could we please stop all the FUD about how insanely heavy EVs are and how we have to make new roads to handle all the load? 50 pounds. So the new Performance Model 3 beats the BMW M3 Competition X-Drive on all counts. But at the same time, it cost almost $39,000 less. So you can get the new Performance Model 3 and the standard range Model 3 for the same price as one BMW M3 Competition X-Drive. That can't keep up. And that is before we dive into all the extras you can buy for the BMW. As Jason also said at their podcast, he has never been driven a BMW M3 that had cost less than $100,000, because $84,000, that is the starting price before you add on all the extra add-ons you can buy for these cars. If this car, the Tesla Model 3 Performance, is not the hardcore smackdown for the ICE sports sedan, I don't know what will be. I completely agree with Jason here. The everyday consumer car has been defined by the refreshed Model 3 Performance. It renders the BMW M3 completely and totally irrelevant, unless you have a daily commute that is longer than 300 or 400 miles a day. So I don't think we will find many people that do more than that in a day. And remember, Jason, he is an engineer and a petrol head, and he loves the refreshed Model 3 Performance. And Sandy Munro also said about the refreshed Model 3 before the Performance came out that this was already the best sedan in the world.
That's mature.
Holy crap. That thing is fabulous. I love that truck, that car. I mean it sincerely. The thing is articulate. It's so accurate. I can't believe it. It's a I mean it sincerely. It's the best sedan out there.
Wow.
They really did a bang-up job.
So the expert of all car experts that hated the Tesla Model 3 when it came out and couldn't believe that Tesla would come out with something that was this badly built, to now give it the crown as the best sedan in the world. Boy, has Tesla come a long way in just 7 short years. Since the original Model 3 was kind of a bet the company moment, to now just being a cherry on the top of the cake, leaving the others further behind, as not many has even caught up with the original Model 3 that is 7 years old. Tesla, in just 7 years, went from the company that didn't know how to build cars to now defining its categories. And deliveries are already underway. As Robertson wrote on X, even after being laid off, Michael Minnick, ex-Tesla advisor, was first to buy the Model 3 Performance in Arizona. As he said, even after being laid off, I will always support the mission regardless of the politics behind the scenes. First person to place an order in Arizona for the all-new Performance Model 3. Nice. So I can't wait to see how this will affect the sales of the Model 3 here in 2024 and beyond, with the perfect sedan ready in 3 great versions for the price that seems unmatched in the industry, no matter if we're talking ICE or EVs. It will not rival the Model Y, as this is still the perfect family car with all the extra cargo space compared to the Model 3, but if you don't need that extra cargo space, well, it's hard to find anything that can match the Tesla Model 3 refreshed for the price, no matter what version you're looking for. Not much left for the haters to hate about now, as one of the petrol heads is calling this freaking amazing, and the car experts of all car experts are calling it the best sedan in the world. Guess the panel gaps are gone. So Tesla's lineup is just mind-blowing right now. The Model S and X Plaid, that is just some insanely powerful vehicles ripping past Lamborghinis and Porsches like they were standing still. The Cybertruck, that is the most exciting vehicle on the planet according to Sandy Munro, and an engineering marvel. And then we have the best-selling car in the world with the Model Y, and now a whole new lineup of the best sedan in the world according to Sandy Munro and Jason, and is making all other ICE sports sedans irrelevant. What a lineup! And according to Tesla themselves, they are even looking to come out with even more affordable models with an S within the next year, as they just told us at the earnings call, before the next-gen unboxed production method is coming to market. Boy, Tesla is looking very strong in the car market right now, making everything the Germans have to offer look kind of obsolete. And within 1 year, they will even be stronger, having vehicles that will take up the fight against the Chinese in China as well. If you think Tesla is slowing down or heading for trouble, I would say I personally think it's the other way around. Tesla is looking stronger than ever, and that is looking at their car business only. So not counting in all the other business into the calculation, but just the automotive business looking strong with this awesome lineup. And the new refreshed Model 3 Performance just looks to seal the deal. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.